Hello students, I Sneha Sharma, your English teacher, welcomes you to your English 2 class. So today we will start chapter 6, the magic wrap. Okay, so what do you understand by a magic wrap? Wrap is what? That you cover something in. Okay, then let us start with this portion of the chapter. Folklore and mythology from around the world are filled with stories of transformation. So, folklore like stories and mythology like mythological stories. These stories are from around the world and they have stories of transformation, means changing into something else. In ancient times, people often told these stories to make sense of nature. So, why did people tell these stories? To make people realize the true nature, to make them realize the sense of nature, the existence of nature, the importance of nature. Now, let us read these two popular ones from Greece. So, these two stories are from Greece. Okay, let us read. So, Arachne was a skilled weaver who, in her pride, challenged Athena. So, weaver means the one who makes a cloth, okay, by weaving. And who is Athena? She was the goddess of wisdom, okay, to a contest. So, who challenged Athena? Arachne, okay. Athena punished her by turning her into a spider. So, what happened? Athena punished whom? Arachne, and turned her into a spider. According to the ancient Greeks, this is why spiders are skilled at spinning webs. So, you can see what spider does. They make webs and they make so nice webs. So, this is the story behind Arachne and Athena. Okay, and how did Arachne became a spider? Similarly, there is a next story. Narcissus, the hunter, was in love with his own beauty reflected in water. So, he was a hunter and he loved himself when he saw himself in the water. So smitten, he was so self-obsessed that he could not leave the side of the spring and wasted away. So, he was completely lost there in his own thought and he was eventually seeing himself continuously, okay, eventually turning into a white narcissus. What is a white narcissus? It is a flower, okay. The narcissus grows beside water, bending onto it. If you see this narcissus flower, it has it like the flower is like seeing itself in the water, just like Narcissus the hunter was seeing himself in the water. So, the flower also grows like that, okay. So, now as we came to know about these two popular stories of Greece about Arachne and Narcissus. Now, let us read this part of the chapter. A popular transformation myth from India is the story of Dhruva. Can you tell what the story of Dhruva is? Regional folk tales of India also contain transformation myths. Find out some from your region and share them to the class. So, we will discuss the story of Dhruv over here, okay. We will discuss the story of Dhruv, okay, first. So, okay, so this is the story of Dhruv. I will dictate for you, okay, so that you could understand what was the story about Dhruv. So, Dhruv was the son of King Utnapada, okay. He was the elder son, okay. He never received the love of his father. So, his father didn't love him as much as he loved his younger son. His mother Suniti always said that God is good and he helps those who pray to him. So, who was Dhruv's mother? Suniti. So, she always said that God is good and he helps those who pray to him. Dhruv became a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. So, Dhruv started worshipping Lord Vishnu. When he was 5 years old, he went into the forest to pray to God. So, When he was 5 years old, he went into the forest to pray to God and to please Lord Vishnu. Pleased by Dhruv's prayer, Lord Vishnu appeared and granted him not only the love of his father. So, as you know, Dhruv was not loved by his father, so he wanted that his father to love him. So he prayed to Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu granted him that he will be loved by his father, but also he will have a permanent place in the sky after his death. So when he dies, he will have a special place in the sky. Dhruva became a great king. So when his father accepted him, gave him all his love, he became a great king. When he died, he became a star. So what happened to Dhruv? When he died, he became a star in the sky. This star, called the pole star or Dhruv Tara. If you have heard about Dhruv Tara, so this is the story behind that star. This is the story behind Dhruv Tara. It is the only star that has a permanent place. So this star doesn't move, okay? It has a permanent place and does not change its position in the sky. So it remains still in one position. It does not change its position. So travelers look up to the Dhruv Tara in the night to find their way. So travelers always look for Dhruv Tara or the pole star to find the right direction. Okay, so this was the story of Dhruv. This was the mythological story of India, one of the mythological story about Dhruv. That is the Dhruv Tara that we see in the night sky. Okay, let us move on towards the chapter now. So the state of Assam is home to many tribes. As we know, the state of Assam, there are many tribal peoples, okay, many tribes. Each tribe has its own traditional customs and beliefs and its own treasury of folk tales. So they have their own tradition, they have their own cultures and belief, and they have their own folk tales, okay, the stories, okay. The following is a folk tale popular among the Garo tribe of Assam. So it is popular among whom? Among the Garo tribe. This is one of the tribe of Assam. The Garo call themselves Archik Mande, meaning men of the hills. So what does Archik Mande means? It means men of the hills. They believe that their original homeland was Tibet. Nobody knows when this story was first told, but it has been doing the rounds for generations. So this story, this folk tale has been going on from one generation to another. So we don't know who told this story first. So now let us start this story, the magic rap. So in a village of Assam, there once lived a chief of the Garo tribe. Chief means over here is leader, okay, leader of the Garo tribe. His ancestors in Hindi means Purvaj, had been chiefs before him. So since his ancestors have been chiefs, so he was also the chief of the tribe, and he was a rich man. His house was made of the sturdiest bamboo. Sturdiest means the strongest bamboo in the land, while its door and windows were draped with the finest cane matting. So draped means covered with. Over here you see covered or decorated something with a cloth. Okay, so draped over here means covered with something. Okay, and finest cane mat. If you remember what a mat is, it looks like this, isn't it? These lines and all. So like a mat, it covered the doors and windows. Then silk carpets lay on the floor and copper lamps gleamed from recesses in the walls. So there was copper lamp, the carpet was made, the silk carpet lay on the floor. And how does the gleam of light looked? It came out of the wall, like small recesses over here means a space in the wall of a room, especially for shelves, cupboards, etc. So this is the meaning of recess, a space. There is a small space or any space which is used as a shelf or a cupboard. Okay. The chief and his wife led a very comfortable life indeed. So since they were rich, so they led a very comfortable life. They loved their home and the beautiful wooded country in which they lived. So they loved their country, they loved their home, and they were indeed living a very comfortable life. But most of all, they loved their daughter. So what was the most important? They loved their daughter. She was an only child, good natured. So how was the daughter? She was good natured and lovely to look at. So she was very lovely and was of good nature. So this was the description of the daughter, that she was good in nature and she was lovely looking. The chief and his wife doted on her. So what does doted on her means? Loved someone very much, means the chief and his wife loved her very much. Okay. When the girl grew up, she fell in love with a young man from her own tribe. So what happened? When she grew up, she fell in love with a young man and he belonged to her own tribe. Her parents liked the boy and the marriage was settled. So since they were of the same tribe, their parents liked each other, and the boy was also liked by the girl's parent. So the marriage was settled. After marriage, the bride and the groom were to move in with the chief and his wife. So there was a tradition that after marriage, the boy and the girl, that they will move to the daughter's house, to the bride's house. Okay. So this was all for today's class. We will leave the chapter till here. So they were married, they have settled down. Okay, and the bride and the groom, they both moved in with the chief and his wife. So in the next class we will move on towards the next part of this video and this chapter. So that was all for today's class. Thank you.